Hey y'all. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. Uh, Back in 2003, I had a brain injury. I was wakeboarding and did a face plant right in the water a couple times, and that caused a little bit of bleeding on the brain, which turned into, well, more than that. So we had emergency craniotomy. I think that's what it was called. Anyways, they went ahead and cut 2 holes out of the side of my head here, drained the blood off, and there we go. And I went on my way about 6 days later. So that's not the full story, though. It wasn't 6 days later that everything was fine and life came back to normal. It appeared that way. But a little over a decade later, after every day for probably since I got out of surgery or out of the hospital, I wondered, what's wrong with me? I felt a little bit more every day like I was going crazy. With that came more and more drinking, and that was definitely not a good thing for my life, for my brain. I had already had some, probably pretty substantial brain damage from the wakeboarding incident. And then the drinking, of course, we all know that it kills brain cells and damages the brain. So that caused more damage. I'm absolutely positive from the many years of drinking. And then also back in 2012 as well, I had created myself another brain injury where I had microfractures in my skull. And anyways, so that brings us up to 2012. That next year, I kind of just fumbled all over and didn't really make it anywhere. Life was hell, and I couldn't get my shit together, really. And I didn't understand why. I'd quit drinking and yada, yada. You think that would help. And thing is that once you stop drinking, doing drugs, whatever your choice of poison is, sugar's another really great choice of poison. For many don't realize how damaging it is to our bodies. I started learning more about my body in 2013. And since then, my life has done nothing but improve. It is a slow progress. It is not even turtle speed, in my opinion. But I'm grateful for every step forward that is made. I have mixed feelings on this, but I'm going to say it anyways. Actually, I am grateful for my second brain injury because it has helped me to learn to become my best self anyway. And so while it was a life-altering ordeal, both of them were, this one has been much more for the positive. While there's much more challenges, there is a pretty dark side to living with a brain injury. It does not just affect the person that has the brain injury. It also affects their families, their friends, anybody that they're around. And mostly, if we're unaware of ourselves and how to adjust some of our thoughts and actions, if that's possible, to find that way for us and to have control of it, it's a slow progress, but it is possible. I do believe in brain plasticity, which is that our brains can regrow. They're a muscle, so if we work them, we can get them working in a better light. Now, do I know if it will ever come back 100%? I will have to say I don't believe that is true from the pictures of my brain that I've seen in the past year. I just want to say one more thing in closing. If you or someone that you know has incurred a brain injury, if it's a concussion, if it's a closed head injury, an open head injury, if they play football or they play soccer and they have some struggles that isn't what you recall, I urge you to learn more about brain injury. And if you don't have anybody that is affected that you know or that has had a brain injury, I do urge you to research it yourself. A really great resource is Amen Clinics. You can find them here on Facebook. And Dr. Daniel Amen, he is the gentleman that founded the clinic, and he uses a SPECT scan, which looks at your blood flow in the brain, and it's incredible. It will open your eyes, and so if you have one or you know somebody that has one, share Dr. Daniel Amen's information with them. You can find them on YouTube, you can find them on Facebook, Google them. I had many MRIs, many CAT scans. They sent me to people who wanted to put me on mental pills because they thought I was mental. The facts is that I have brain damage, and that causes many issues. When we went to Amen Clinics, I had already been on Plexus for 2 years, little over, and the products that I was on from Plexus already prior for 2 years, they were what the doctor there at Amen Clinics had recommended. So I'm able to stay on those supplements. And the best thing about Amen Clinics, I'm going to tell you, is that they try to go the natural path first before we bring in any pharmaceuticals. That is my favorite part because I do not want pharmaceuticals. I do not like to take them. However, I do take one daily and one on occasion. Love your loved ones if they have a brain injury. Embrace them. Don't shun them. Don't ostracize them because they're different, because it changed. Their life and their dreams got swept out from under their feet. And the people that they're going to need the most is the people that love them, their family. Be there for them. Don't ostracize them. They wonder what's wrong. I did anyway. Yeah, well, I'll sign off for that tonight. Y'all have a great night, and we'll talk more about brain injury. You have a great night.